What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Nothing But Skills, and today I'm bringing you guys another Division 2 video. Today's video is going to be talking about 5 talents that you can get on your gear sets that I think are going to be very good in the upcoming patch. So these are 5 talents I would stock up on, and I'll be breaking down each one of them with a little bit of gameplay and then telling you why I think these are going to be so good. Because if you guys know, we have a lot of talents, from anything on our mask to our chest piece to our knee pads to our holster. We get different talents on each piece, right? Now these talents are going to be uncommon talents. Like I don't really see too many people running these talents. Maybe a few people are putting them on gear sets here and there, but I think in the next patch, this is where these talents will really shine. But before we get into this video, if you guys have a talent in mind that you think is going to be really good in the next upcoming patch because you guys have been watching the PTS, let me know in the comment section. Make sure if you guys enjoyed the video, always leave a thumbs up. And as always, guys, if you're new to my channel, first time watching a video, hit that subscribe button. So let's get into the 5 talents that I think a lot of people aren't focused on, and you should be stocking up on those talents for the next upcoming patch. So the first talent we're going to get into is on the chest piece, and it's called Bloodsucker. The reason why I think this talent is going to be so good is because armor is getting a buff, health is getting a buff, so being able to be more tanky in the next patch, I feel that's going to be the meta, but we'll find out once it drops. But Bloodsucker, the reason why it's so good is depleting an enemy's armor adds a stack of 20% bonus armor for 20 seconds. But the crazy thing about this is you can do a max stack of 5, so that means you can stack it up 5 times. That's incredible, and I think with having so much armor in the next patch, with people going at 300,000 armor, that could be really beneficial for you if you guys are stacking 20% of that, and you can stack that 5 times. So the way Bloodsucker works is once you kill any of those purple, elite, or named enemies, because those are the only ones that have armor, you're gonna see that armor stack. So you see the little blue, that's my 20% armor, and once I get another kill, it's gonna stack on top of that. So I'm gonna deplete this enemy's armor, and look, now I have 2 stacks right there. My armor's full, and I still have a stack on top of that. So the next time I go into battle, if it's within those 20 seconds, I'll still have that bonus armor stacked on there. That's why I think this talent is really underrated, and I can't wait to see what happens once we start running a lot more armor. Because 20 seconds is a long time, and if you get waves of enemies, imagine if you're doing those level 3 control points, you can get armor on armor and armor, and before you know it, you just have a bunch of armor stacked on top of each other. Right now you're seeing that I'm stacking a lot of blue on me, and the armor is just lasting in there, right? So I'm looking for another gold enemy so that way you can see if I can stack it on top of this, and we have one right in front of me. There you go. See, look how much blue I have stacked right there, and that's what's cool about this talent. And I think the survivability you're gonna have with this and higher armor in the next update is gonna be crucial. So definitely keep it in mind. I'm not saying it's gonna be meta, but I'm saying that it might be something for you guys to really look out for. If we jump into my next talent, this is another talent that's gonna work really good with that high armor that people are running in the next patch, because people have been playing the PTS. High armor, high health has been the meta. And look at this, Unbreakable. 25% of max armor is repaired when your armor is depleted. Armor kits used within the next 5 seconds are not consumed. Now, it says requirements on this one, no other active talents affecting armor kits. But they are changing this. This now will have a requirement, and I think it's going to be 9 or 11 defensive. I think it's 11 defensive in the PTS. If they change it, it might go down to 9, but I think as of right now, it's at 11 defensive to run Unbreakable. Now, what's so great about this talent is you can use it not only in PvE, but in PvP. I'm letting the NPC kill me. You see, as soon as he breaks my armor, I instantly get 25% of my armor back, and this can change depending on how much armor you have. So if you're running 300k plus, 350k plus armor in the next patch, imagine having 25% of that back instantly. So that's why it's great, not only for PvE, but PvP. In this clip right here for PvP, watch, I'm fighting a guy, I drop him, his teammate drops me, but look how he procs my armor, and I get that extra 25%. Yes, it goes down really quick, but that extra 25% gives me a chance to move around a corner and actually heal up. One thing you have to remember, this is normalized, so I think our armor was like at 160, so it's only 25% of that. But imagine when you have something like 300k plus. This is a must pick up. Make sure you guys grab a couple pieces with Unbreakable. If you can get some God roll pieces, chest pieces, mixed match, I think you guys will really benefit from running Unbreakable and Bloodsucker in the next update. So let's get into the third talent that I think you guys should be stocking up on. Now, this is one of my favorite talents that I've been running just to practice in this patch right now. Spotter, 10% weapon damage to pulse enemies, and you need to have 5 or more skill power. So a lot of you guys are running on the ropes, so you have Spotter anyway active if you put it on there. But the great thing about this is in the next patch, Spotter will give you 20% weapon damage. So when you initially pulse the enemy, you'll have that 20% weapon damage, and then most people have theirs around 10 seconds. So after 10 seconds, once it goes on cooldown and you drop your chem launcher, you'll have on the ropes active, and that's going to be amazing because you'll have 20% weapon damage for those 10 seconds. Once it's on cooldown, you'll get a boost. It'll go up to 25% because I'm on the ropes. Now, what's great about running a pulse is when you do hit a pulse, it's going to scan the area, so it'll let your teammates know where they are, and then you'll get that 10%, well 20% in the next update, and then once it goes on cooldown, you'll see on the ropes active, and then I get that 25%. Now remember, this works great not only in PvP but in PvE, so you can run Spotter for both. So definitely take a look at this. I would save 1 or 2 pieces, and that way when you are creating your builds, you'll be able to play with it and then see if you like it for yourself. The next talent is another talent that only comes on the mask. It's while aiming, weapon stability is increased by 25% of your weapon accuracy. Now I think with LMGs still being part of the meta going forward, I think that dialed in is going to be really good, especially if you guys are on the console side. Now on the PC side, you guys can control anything. Even when I play on the PC side, it's a lot easier to control than on a controller. But this talent right here, I can see it doing wonders for a lot of console players, because while aiming, weapon stability is increased by 25% of your weapon accuracy. So if you put a few more accuracy mods on your LMG, or even if you're going to run this with an assault rifle, that means that your stability is going to get improved, right? So you don't have to stack as much stability on your LMG, because if you stack a little bit more accuracy, you'll get the benefit of accuracy and stability on one gun. Now there's a couple ways you can do this by just switching up the mods. Usually I stack a lot of stability on my LMGs, but when I am running dialed in, I'll switch it up. I'll stack a little bit more accuracy than I would stability, because I'm going to gain that stability. So if you're a big LMG fan, I feel that dialed in is going to be something you really want to keep an eye out for if you haven't already been. But I know a lot of people overlook this talent, and I think it's a really good talent for the LMG class. Just remember, you do have to be aiming, because it's while aiming, weapon stability is increased by 25% of your weapon accuracy. And there's no requirements at this moment to run this. Now, I did say I was only going to give you 5, but I'm going to give you 6 talents, and that's because the final 2 talents, I think they're both crucial. So we have Cloaked. While your armor is depleted, nearby enemy skills are disrupted for 10 seconds. This can occur every 30 seconds. Now I like running this on my 1-shot, 2-shot shotgun build, and the reason why is because when my armor breaks, their skills are depleted. So if I hit them once and they try to pop a chem launcher, they might not be able to, because they might be disrupted because they just broke my armor. So let me show you how it works. I'm letting this NPC hit me. As soon as he breaks my armor, look above him. You see he has a disrupt sign, so he can't pop any skills. It's not like they really pop skills right here, but that's just to show you what happens once you lose your armor, right? That happens, and this happens for the PvE and PvP side. Let me show you a PvP clip. So in this clip right here, you're gonna see my armor gets broken from behind me. There's 2 guys shooting at me. Look above his head though. He can't pop a chem or anything, and I'm able to melee him and drop him. So that's why Cloaked, I feel that it's gonna be really good, especially with those builds who wanna run high offensive, high defensive stats, but they wanna run 5 or less skill power, because remember, this requires 5 or less skill power to run this, and it's not gonna work on every build. If you're running on the ropes, you can't use it, right? So different builds I think will work really good with this talent right here. So definitely keep an eye out for it. Now the final talent I'm going to talk about, if you guys are still with me, it's on the holster, and I think this can run really well with a lot of builds. I have a build in mind to run this talent, but I'm just keeping it quiet for now. I'm just waiting. It's called Bloodlust. Swapping weapons within 3 seconds of a kill grants 25% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Now, it requires 4 or less defensive stats. So that means you got to run either high offensive, high skill power, low defensive. And I have a build in mind that I think will work really good with this and take advantage not only of this 25% weapon damage, but of other weapon damage bonuses you can get. So I'm going to keep this one in mind. I really want to use this one with one of my builds, and hopefully when the next patch drops, I'll have that build for you. This talent I don't have any gameplay for, but it's self-explanatory. When you're swapping weapon within 3 seconds of a kill, you get 25% weapon damage for 10 seconds. So if you kill an enemy, whether it being an NPC or a player, and you swap within the next 10 seconds, you have that 25% weapon damage. I think that's going to be one of the talents you start to see on a lot of builds once people start playing with builds. Once we finally get something definite, we finally get a nerf, a buff, whatever we're getting to our talents, we get the next patch, we'll see a lot more builds with a lot more talents being used. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is a top 6 talents that I recommend you guys stocking up on. I feel that those talents, not saying that the other talents aren't going to be great, I just think these are overlooked, and I feel these are underrated. And in the next patch, I think they're going to do wonders, and I think you're going to see a lot more builds with these. So definitely keep them in mind. And then remember where you guys heard this from. You guys heard it from Nothing But Skills telling you guys about these talents. Remember, smash the thumbs up if you guys found this video useful. If you're new to my channel, first time watching a video, hit that subscribe button, turn notification bell on, so when I release a video, you guys get notified. And remember, let me know if you guys know of any talents you think in the next patch that I didn't tell you guys about is going to be good. Now, don't say any of like the known talents like On the Ropes. Of course, we know On the Ropes is going to be good. Unstoppable, yes, it's going to be good. Let me know of something that's random that you don't hear a lot of people talk about. Let me know in the comment section and we'll discuss. Thank you guys again for all the support. As always, if you don't see me in conflict, if you don't see me in the dark zone, if you don't see me running around PvEing with you guys, it's only a matter of time. Nothing But Skills out.